we got to talk about Fate of the Furious.
Oh my God!
This movie was exactly what you thought it was going to be.
Did not disappoint.
Yeah, there was no buyer's remorse for this movie.
It is the comedy of the year. This is the best comedy that's been released thus far in 2017.
Oh my God. And really is. You could tell, like, here's the formula. Don't you stray 1 inch from this formula. I just picture on set 100 Universal executives. Don't change one thing. Here's the formula: crazy cars, hot women, and muscle shirts.
Muscle shirts.
There you go.
And all this dialogue. So my girlfriend and I went to see the movie last night, and we live tweeted each time the word family was used.
Right.
And I was like, and I think Charlize Theron's she said it the most.
Mm-hmm.
We counted 14.
Wow.
14 times the word family is said.
More than Dominic Toretto?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Charlize Theron says it the most. For some reason, she keeps going, oh, your little family.
She's throwing it back in his face.
Where she is.
Yeah.
She's talking.
She's the villain.
She's the villain. She thinks his family is nonsense. So that was fun to live tweet that.
Oh
and
my gosh.
And Vanessa Thomas, who is in the documentary, she goes,
however, shame on you for using your device while watching a movie.
Well, this is what I was going to say. Because she said that, she tweets, she goes, Graham, are you really tweeting during the movie? Say it ain't so. And both me and Lindsay, my girlfriend, responded, we're at the food movie, and they have this back right section where it's literally these 2 seats all alone. And we buy the tickets way in advance, so we get those. So we have our own little premium VIP box. So we were tweeting back there. We weren't disrupting anybody.
Okay.
No one saw the screen.
Okay,
I'm
nice.
not an ass.
Right.
I'm not the worst person ever. But we were laughing. It was so much fun because someone would say it, and then we go, oh, we pick up our phones because she was keeping track too.
Now, Jason Statham almost steals the movie.
Oh my God,
he is
great.
so good in this movie. And you realize, like, over the years how they've added stars, but then, like, the stars don't drop off. They just stay with each one.
Yeah.
Like,
Kurt Russell.
You forget that The Rock and Kurt
love
Russell
it.
weren't in the first few.
No.
But every time they're in one, they're going to be in the next one. So you've got The Rock, Kurt Russell, you've got Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, and you've got all of them as, like, one by one, Jason Statham, and then even I think it was Luke Evans that plays the brother, right?
Yeah.
And then Helen Mirren.
Oh my God, Helen Mirren plays Jason Statham's mom.
Yeah.
Well, so eventually these guys are going to merge with the Expendables, like the Fast and
It
Furious
really,
Expendables.
it really is.
should.
It really does feel like a car Expendables at some point. It really is.
Fast and Expendable?
Yeah, it really feels like it's because you're adding all of these people together, and you're like, all right, well, now The Rock needs some screen time. Now Jason Statham needs some screen time, and my favorite part of these movies is seeing The Rock punch Vin Diesel. So I can't say this is my favorite one because it didn't have enough of that in it. But there's a fight with a baby.
Oh God!
This movie.
Jason Statham is holding a baby on a plane.
Yeah,
or something?
and he's in the middle of a fight. It's like I gotta give the Chris Morgan, the screenwriter, credit. Like, just because you're like, all right, well, how much crazier can they make it? No, here's something you haven't seen yet. And there's stuff about with driverless cars and all this. As you can see in the trailer, there's car versus submarine.
Oh, that's being chased by the submarine on a polar ice cap or whatever.
It's great.
It's my favorite thing, and this is why.
The only thing that would have made it better is if they drove through the ice hotel from one of those James Bond movies.
Oh, yeah.
It was so. Here's the thing that you make such a great point. This movie just knows what it's supposed to do because the director, F. Gary Gray, so he's done 9 features.
And one of them was The Italian Job.
Right. But he also just did Straight Outta Compton,
Yes.
this Oscar, nominated film. And yet, so he's a very good director, I think. And he knows, though, if you
what
look
this
at,
is.
He's done Friday, he's done Set It Off, he's done The Negotiator, he's done A Man Apart, he's done Italian Job, like very kind of a varied bunch of genres that he's done. So he knows, okay, I'm not gonna. I don't need. This isn't a character piece. Like,
No,
this is,
it
this
isn't.
Is
It isn't.
Oh, but I love that.
It's a family piece.
It's great.
It's a family.
Oh,
It's a
family,
piece.
man, family.
I took, by the way, took our 12-year-old to see it. She absolutely loved it, and because it was really, it's kind of that sweet spot too. Like, we can really enjoy it, but if you're like a 13-year-old, you're gonna like, oh my God, this is amazing.
It's fantastic, and it's so.
I wanted to see Car versus Helicopter. We haven't quite gotten there yet.
They left,
but,
they left it
something
open.
for- yeah.
They always leave these movies open. There's always a like, is there a maybe?
Well, was there anything as good in this one as when I forget which film they dragged the safe through the streets?
That
it was
five?
in Brazil.
I had to be like 5. That was, I think, one of the turning points of the franchise when we just went, you know what? Nope. We're going to make them ridiculous and silly from now on. And that's when I think they really, like, they've always made money, these movies. But that brought the franchise to, like, a whole nother
It brought
level.
a bunch of people like us on, because like you said, the first one or two, they were, I think they were
took
like,
it a little more seriously.
they were like, this is for real, man. This car
This
racing
fast
culture.
cars,
This is a real
That's so
world.
true.
It's serious.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not. So then just the fact that they are now into international covert ops and espionage.
And actually shooting in Cuba.
They shot in Cuba, which was cool. And Kurt Russell,
He's so great.
he's so fan. He shows up as just this CIA guy. They literally call Mr. Nobody.
Right.
And he's always
He
just
has an
like,
assistant.
who's a tool? And Kurt Russell's just like, look, gang, we got a covert op guy, and there's and I love the computers. How somebody just types, they just click, click, click. I'm in. Like,
Right. Oh, yeah, that's all it is. All you need to hack is a keyboard. That's it. And Wi-Fi.
The coolest of graphics pop up
Right.
on how they break in. It's
Yeah.
just...
And then whoever types fastest can beat the other hacker on the other side that's trying to hack, that you're trying to counter hack.
And the way they do this brilliant thing.
And apparently you could run a submarine from a keyboard as well.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is
They're all... Everything's online.
These movies are cartoons. They're cartoons, and they're great, and they're fun, and they're big summer popcorn blockbustery movies. But we got one in April.
We got one in April with a $250 million budget, but apparently it's close to, if it hasn't already, breaking the opening weekend set by Force Awakens, which is over $500 or $600 million for the weekend.
Even though it dropped a little bit domestically. Like, it didn't open as high domestically as some of the other ones, but overall, worldwide, it's actually higher.
Yeah.
So, the rest of the world's catching on.
Thank God.
They're in on the joke.
This is our great export. Helen Mirren and Charlize Theron, the first time they ever had Oscar winners in this franchise.
And they're going to be the next one. It's not like whenever, that's what I love about the franchise too. When they add cast, no one goes away.
No one.
Like now everyone will be in the next one, and then let's see who will add.
It's so great because it was 2 ones ago where Jason Statham showed up at the very end. And so now he's like a cornerstone of the franchise now. So it's just like
Michelle Rodriguez, they had to bring back. I think she was, maybe she missed 1 or 2.
Maybe.
You lose track after a while. But she's back, but she's not going anywhere now.
We're going to put this on the Patreon page.
Yes.
Your favorite Fast
and Furious.
Which is the best one.
Comedy Film,